One question that I saw in particular was regarding a debt collector. I believe that I covered this before, but I wanted to just, provide a refresher for those that may have forgotten. Um, those that may have forgotten. Right. All right. Okay. Now, this particular question, it says, when I'm filing a consumer complaint on a debt collector, do I file on my state Secretary of State website, or when the company is located, Secretary of State website? Now, anytime that you have a debt collector, here are some steps that you can take to determine, number one, if that debt collector has legal standing to sue you in the state in which they are trying to collect, right? My recommendation would be to go to your Secretary of State website, because remember, the debt collector has to have legal standing to sue, and they also have to have legal standing in order to do business and collect in the state in which you live, right? Because remember, the laws are going to be governed by the state in which you reside. So anytime you're going after a debt collector, you're going to want to look in your state, because they have to have a license to do business in your state, right? So what you want to do is go to your Secretary of State website. When you get the debt collector, when you get the collection notice in the mail, you want to take the name of the debt collector, right? Take the name, go on over to the Secretary of State website and look to see if they're registered, because they're required to be registered in the state. They're required. That's number one. Number two, not only are they required to be registered with the Secretary of State, they are also required to have a permit from the Commissioner of Insurance of the state in which they are trying to collect in, right? I'm going to say it again. They're required to have a permit from the Commissioner of Insurance or the state in which they are collecting in. All right, so I'm going to read this to you, because I want to say that I went over this before, but I wanted to, just sort of kind of go over it again, so that you all can see. And I want you all to go and look up. I want you all to go and look this up for your state, right? Look this up for your state. Okay, so I'm looking this up for the state of North Carolina. I want you to go and do a search. Go to your state's general statutes, your state assembly website. Everybody should have their state assembly website or their general statutes, the link for that website saved down somewhere, so that you know what laws these companies are bound to. Don't just always look at federal law. Sometimes we have to break it down to the state level to see exactly what's going on. It's like, yes, we know that collection agencies are bound by the FDCPA. Yes, we know that. However, anytime that you're moving towards litigation or arbitration, the attorneys will argue a lot of the times state statutes as it applies to that company. So you're going to want to become familiar with your state statutes. Look it up for your state. So it says collection agencies, Part 1, permit procedures. They're required to have a permit from the Commissioner of Insurance. No person, firm, corporation, or association shall conduct or operate a collection agency or do a collection agency business as the same is hereinafter defined in this article until he or it shall have secured a permit, therefore, as provided in this article. Any person, firm, corporation, or association conducting or operating a collection agency or doing a collection agency business without the permit shall be guilty of a Class 1 felony. So what does that mean? They can be charged with the crime. What does this also mean? That they have some sort of insurance bond on record under which you can submit a claim against, right? So this is a nugget that you can use as leverage. When you're going to file a complaint, yes, that's great. You definitely want to go ahead and file a complaint. Somebody offered up a response, file a complaint with the CFPB. Okay, great. But we all know, sometimes a lot of the times the CFPB falls short. Typically, they tend to go after the big dogs. Y'all saw that I posted the other day about Wells Fargo, right? You have to be the one to go in and fight for yourself. So in order to do that, you want to have all the information that you need. You want to have all the information that you need, okay? So yes, you can file a complaint with the CFPB. You also want to file a complaint with the Commissioner of Insurance. The Commissioner of Insurance is the entity that have issued their bond, gave them permission to be a collection agency in the first place. The Commissioner of Insurance gave them permission to be a collection agency, y'all. So you're going to go and tell on their boss. This is their boss. You also want to file a complaint with the Department of the Department of Professional Regulation. We're talking about filing a complaint with the applicable regulators. You want to file a complaint with the regulators, right? So the Commissioner of Insurance, right? Commissioner of Insurance. In addition to the Secretary of State, the Department of Professional Regulation, the CFPB. You see where I'm going with this? So we want to pull out all stops because right now we're literally in a war. So that means that we need to be pulling all of the arsenal, everything that we need out of our tool belt so that we can put these people in check and put them in line to do what it is that we want them to do. All right. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing that I wanted to go ahead and cover. That's the first thing.